we do have a resident weirdo that we like to cover on a week-to-week basis.
This week in Trump, this week in Trump. This week in Trump, this week in Trump.
It's part of the show where we ridicule Trump, not to be confused with what the NABJ is doing.
You know, it would be really nice.
And I do want to make this clear because I feel like people think that when we cover Trump, we're like supporting him and normalizing him. We're literally making fun of how stupid he is every single week.
Now, before I wasn't doing that, and I just want to make this very clear to you weirdos on YouTube. You guys on a weekly basis attack us like when we say like one thing, but like literally prior to like the past couple of weeks, we were pretty balanced when it came to Donald Trump. Some of us weren't crazy about him, and some of us would actually defend him. But now y'all be on YouTube calling all of us the N-words. So now fuck Trump and fuck y'all too.
Well, the chief weirdo. We want you guys to know that.
Captain Weirdo, as you see there at the top.
Not Captain, because he deferred. No, thank you.
Make sure you check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ProTalkLive.
And watch them call us the N-word every week.
Me and Dex actually came up with a segment idea. And that was to read YouTube comments on live.
And people who are watching live,
not live comments. We're talking about
comments that after the show when we post it. Look at our clips; they always going off on us, especially the Trump clips.
I love that. Maybe you should send them to me, and I'll read them in Trump's voice.
Okay, I like that idea. We'll make it happen. All right. Like I said, another weirdo news this week. Trump made a lot of noise by repeating a certain sentiment that he's also kind of alluded to in the past. Here's what Trump clicked the wrong clip. Here's what Trump had to say when he was in front of some Christian activists of some sort. He has said he's not going to have to vote anymore after this election because he's going to take care of everything.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Big if true.
I'm not sure if he meant because he understands how politics work, or if he's saying because his heart is going to give out from slamming that weight around for the last 70 years.
At 215 pounds?
Or if he's the Antichrist, well, 215,000 pounds.
Did he say
or if he's saying it because he's the Antichrist and Christ is on the way?
Did he say he wasn't Christian?
I don't know.
Well, it did sound like that. I think he tried to catch himself and said, I am Christian, but it did sound like he said, I'm not Christian. Let's just listen to it one more time.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out.
I'm not sure if he said I'm a Christian or I'm not Christian.
That was what did the Trump say? That's
it sound like I'm not, out of the abundance of the heart, since he's not Christian.
Well, there's no way he would actually consider himself a Christian, because later on, when asked about this, he said that Christians don't vote. Like, they don't get out and vote. Like, I'm trying to mobilize them because they don't get out and vote. So he clearly can't be talking about them if he votes.
I'm going to say I'm not Christian or I'm a Christian. Curious though.
It's number one. It sounded like he said I'm half Christian.
Half.
I'm a little piece of Christian.
Hey,
I was saying about that lukewarm. What God gonna do with that lukewarm?
He gonna chew you up and spew you out of his mouth. That's what the book says. Okay,
word.
We real Bible passions over here. Okay,
that's the word. Dex, just so you know, that's what
I knew it was coming. I'm a Christian. Wait, how you doing? I'm not Christian.
I can't take that.
So that
But what I
comment
do
was.
appreciate-
Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, real quick. I just appreciate that whenever Trump gets around any group, he groups them all together. The blacks, the Christians, like he just it doesn't matter who he grouping you all together, and I love that. I love that.
Bill, you saw he was standing in front of that green background. He looked like one of them hot towers from Game of Thrones. He's about to
He's a
out of
high
high tower.
tower.
He is definitely a high tower.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all get out here and vote for Alicent, well, that's Melania, and Prince Aegon and Aegon the usurper, I'm through with y'all.
That comment was met with swift criticism and a lot of heavy pushback from one Martha Raddatz from ABC.
President Trump facing some backlash for those comments Friday night, saying his supporters won't have to vote again in 4 years. I'm joined now by the Republican governor of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu. Governor, what the heck did he mean there?
Well, I think that was a classic Trumpism, if you will. I think he's just trying to make the point that this stuff can be fixed. Obviously, we want everybody to vote in all elections, but I think he was just trying to make a hyperbolic point that it can be fixed as long as he gets back into office and all that. But classic Trump right there.
Okay, and just days. Let's turn to President Biden and Kamala Harris. Just days before President Biden.
What a pushback by Martha. She just went on about her day. Okay, well, let's turn to President Biden. Like, what?
You just can't argue with these people. You're a governor, and you sit there and laughed and tried to make sense of that, and it didn't make sense. Like, there's no.
It's going to be fixed. That's what he said, Dex. It's going to be fixed. What does that mean?
It's going to be fixed.
What do you mean by that?
You just can't go back and forth with these people. They're weird.
What I would like to understand is how a man named Chris Sapupu got into the office.
So it's a new.
That one.
Sapupu?
How they vote him in with that name?
They thought it was Sunoco.
They saw a picture of him. They saw that he was in India.
They thought it was Sunoco. They saw a picture.
Well, they said, "Oh, we had to verify. He's what?
They
Cool.
thought he had
can
some
be
oil.
to make sure."
That oil money. Money.
I'm trying to figure out where these states at putting these people in there.
What do you mean these mongrels?
Call them like you see them.
Call it like you see it.
I'm gonna just go ahead and call a spade, but I'm gonna leave it right there.
Ty, what are your thoughts on the threat of not having to vote anymore?
Honestly, I saw it more of as a desperate plea. Like, please get out and vote. They're kicking my ass. I don't want this to happen. Like, you won't have to. I don't care if you vote again after this. Like, I saw this as Trump doesn't care anything about America, the political system, people voting. Only thing Trump cares about is not losing again, because he can't have this stain on his record. Like, that's how I thought. Like, I don't care about anything except winning.
What I will say is Kamala has closed those gaps that Joe Biden had as far as electorability. The polls are actually very tight right now. She's closed up all those deficits that Biden had, and she's actually leading in some states that Biden wasn't leading in previously. So very interesting to see how everything continues to go. Meanwhile, for those of you wondering how the ear is doing, new photos seem to suggest things are going well. As you can see, that ear, that appendage, excellent condition.
Not a scar in sight.
At the top there's a little bit of
not a scar in sight.
Because
meanwhile, the FBI has concluded that a bullet, whether it be a fragment or an actual bullet, did indeed hit Trump in the ear. Does this official ruling change anything for you?
Absolutely not. The FBI is the same group of people that covered up Adolf Hitler living in Argentina all those years. FBI ain't trustworthy. They killed Malcolm X, and I'm about to call him Malcolm Jackson. I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
They killed Malcolm Jackson too, I'm sure.
When it comes to the FBI, just number 19 for me. I give up.
That's just number 19.
Y'all got it.
And Ovid, which means sheep.
Yeah, we sheep, and we saw that he got shot in his ear, and it healed in 2 days. He's Wolverine. God bless him.
So you don't see any problem with There's a little damage there at the top. There's nothing off, like nothing's
Not
been
at all.
blown off.
If he was actually hit with a 2.23 round or a 2.26 round, he shouldn't have an ear at all.
I mean, it would have gone through his head. Like, I just don't understand. Like, does his ear stick out like Dumbo? Like, I don't get where the knowledge and where the actual case can be made that bullet wouldn't have hit his head and killed him. Like, no matter what angles he's standing at, like his ears don't flare out. Like, I don't get how.
And remember, 2 days after this whole assassination attempt, he was on stage with a massive bandage on his ear. And like, what exactly was it covering up? There's nothing that looks like there's no type of hose. There's no scabs. There's nothing. You could have put a regular Band-Aid on it.
Why didn't you just put a Band-Aid on it? Yeah.
Why didn't you? Like, you did that for a dramatic flair. And then Joe Biden dropped out of the race. And now you're like, well, forget it. I don't got to do this ear stunt no more. That's what's happening.
100% it was for a dramatic flair.
I want you guys to just really be aware of what they're selling. They're selling that it was divine intervention and that he turned his head and that the grades of the bullet just so went this way and just like slightly got his ear. It's a little small burn from the bullet fire, just got his ear as he turned his head to look at the flag, and God shone down an angel on Trump.
I mean,
guys look behind him, the American flag was right there waving, and it looked kind of like the shape of an angel. And so literally his head turned, and an angel from divine intervention, and all he had left was just like, because the bullet went like that, like this. It didn't touch the
Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
So
Trump, you know what's crazy though? Ty's story that he's trying to sell is actually better than Donald Trump's story, because when Donald Trump got on the stage at the RNC, he said that he turned to look at a chart about illegal immigration and how well he's doing with kicking these people out of the country. This man is a monster. Like, he is insane.
I don't know how to explain the blood unless you're saying it's like wrestling blood. Someone just cut themselves.
I'll tell you what happened. Here's the thing. He did get shot. He was shot with a rubber bullet. That's the only thing.
And they killed the kid for the rubber bullet?
Mm-mm. That's the only thing that he was shot with.
You saw a body, Jason?
It's a rubber bullet.
So you don't think the kid exists?
I watched Scandal. So no, I don't. I really don't.
What?
I mean, it does bring into question a lot. So they did kill the guy who shot at him, or who shot him allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Bill saying it might be a rubber bullet.
They killed the fireman.
He didn't get hit at all.
I'm saying it is.
It's very strange.
It had to be.
Well, but also, like, how did other people in the crowd? How did people in the crowd get killed and they died, and then you were also shot allegedly, and like nothing happened to you? You just got like a bullet graze, but other people in the crowd were actually shot and killed, but you were the target.
The grace of God.
Okay,
I don't know how to explain it.
Sure.
I told you the angel from the flag came into the flag, formed around Trump safety.